Hello, this video from CalculationCrunchers.com will run through a quick demonstration of the PartyPal party and event planning software. Now looking at the actual program itself, across the bottom of the screen here you'll notice we have our navigation tabs. These navigation tabs provide quick, easy access to all areas of the program. You may also notice that we're currently on the welcome screen. Looking at the welcome screen, underneath the welcome message you have your licensee name. Below that you have your instructions for use. And below that, the license agreement and license for use for using the program. The first thing you're going to want to do when using this program after entering the licensee name and agreeing to the license for use is to go to the main setup area of the program. Now when looking at this screen, keep in mind that when using this program, the user only needs to enter information in the light green shaded fields throughout the program. All other fields self-calculate, self-populate for you. Looking at the scenario that I've already put in, I have 100 guests coming to my event. I have a $22 per person catering cost for food. Now depending on your situation, you may have a zero in this spot right here. If you're hosting an event at your home, then you're not going to have a number in there for the catering cost for food, possibly. But if you're having an event, maybe a wedding at a hotel, you're likely going to have a fee there per person per plate of food that you're being charged by the establishment for the catering of the food. Now, a lot of these establishments, or at least some of them, will give you an option of paying for the beverages priced by drink or being priced bulk by the bottle. And priced by the bottle, normally you would go ahead and make the purchase and supply the drinks needed for the event. So the purpose of this program is to actually give you an accurate cost comparison of your beverages being priced by the drink versus priced bulk by the bottle. For that comparison, for that situation, or for people who are hosting their own event at their home. So like I said, I have $22 in there per person. Going down to the expected drink consumption rates, I have a pretty heavily drinking crowd in for my event. Just for this example, I have that each person that's drinking wine will have 3 glasses of wine per person. I've got 3 liquor drinks per liquor drinking person. I've got 4 bottled beers per every bottle beer drinking person. Keg beer, I've got 4 draft drinks for people that are going to be drinking the kegs. I've got other drinks, sodas, bottled waters, that sort of thing. I've got 4 drinks per person, and I've got 1.5 drinks of champagne per person. And moving below to the expected drink servings transfer rates. These are typical numbers that you'll see from a professional bartender in the industry. You can adjust these numbers as you wish, but the numbers that are in there right now are typical numbers that you should see. And what it says is you've got 9 drinks per bottle of wine. You expect 16 drinks per liquor bottle, 24 drinks in a case or beers in a case. 16 ounces is the size of the beer cups or glasses that you're going to use for the kegs, and you expect 9 drinks coming from each champagne bottle as well. Down below this we have some miscellaneous costs area. For example, I've got videography, photography, limousine, licenses, that sort of thing listed here. If you need those fees, put them in. If not, zero that out. And then moving up over to the right side here, I have each individual drink category. We've got wines, liquors, bottled beers, keg beers, other drinks, and champagnes. I have in here White Zinfandel red wine for the wines. For the liquors, I have gin, rum, scotch, vodka, whiskey. Below that, I've got bottled beers, domestic, imported, pale ale, dark lager. Below that, in kegs, I have Budweiser, Miller. And then on other drinks, I have soda, bottled water. I've got non-drinking guests. You don't need to keep track of that. I do to keep track of everybody, but that's something you don't have to do. And champagne down below that. And what you're going to do here is you're going to put in the cost that you've been quoted per drink. For the White Zinfandel, I've got $4 per drink, but if I go out and buy it in the store, I expect to pay around $22 per bottle. I expect 5% of my guests to be drinking White Zinfandel, which 5% calculates out to 5 guests. So you put in these figures for each drink category. Use your best estimate. Put in what you know, and then as you're filling it in, it'll become easier to do. You just get an estimate of what you think your people are going to drink. Now, like I said, I've got each percentage in here, but you'll notice that if you don't have 100% of your guests accounted for, everything turns red, gives you a clue. In other words, what you're looking to do is to account for 100% of your guests in the beverage area. So I'll put it back at 5% for my white Zinfandel. I've got 5% on red wine. I've got 5% for each of the liquor drinks. 25% drinking domestic bottled beer, 10% imported bottled beer, 10% on each keg, and on down the line. I've got 100% of my people accounted for. Also notice over here these little red triangles. If you float your mouse over it, you get tips that come up giving you information about those cells. On the kegs, it's going to give you information about how much or how many ounces of liquid is in a quarter keg or a half keg or a whole keg, so you can get an idea of how many beers you should expect from each different size of a keg. Now, once all this information is input and it's into your satisfaction, the other sheets are ready to be looked at, viewed, printed, that sort of thing, analyzed. And what you have here is, for example, the wines on the individually priced scenario. We've got 5 guests, because that was 5%. Totaling out 15 glasses at 3 drinks per person for white Zinfandel cost $60. The red wine, 15 drinks at 3 drinks per person cost $60, and on down the line. So each the wines cost $120, the liquors cost $375, the bottled beer $468, and so on down the line. So the individually priced scenario was $7,524, which includes a 15% tip. You can control that tip in the main setup area. Moving over to the bulk price scenario, same situation. We have everything totaled out. The numbers look a little less. The wines cost $92, the liquors $125, the bottled beers $234. The bottom price comes down to $6,543. There's no tip in this scenario. You can put it in if you'd like, but for the bulk price scenario, we've got $6,543. Clearly, the bulk price was the better way to go. Now, if you weren't looking for a comparison, that you know that you're going to be using the bulk scenario because you're hosting an event at your home, you go to the final sheet here, you have your cost comparison, but what you have next to it is an accurate grocery list telling you exactly what drinks you need, how many, and what to get. For my scenario, I'd need 2 bottles of white Zinfandel, 2 bottles of red wine, 1 bottle of gin, 5 cases of domestic beer on down the line, and this shopping list, go ahead and buy everything that you need, and you will have a successful event. So, as you can see from the tremendous savings shown, PartyPal easily pays for itself by giving an accurate comparison of beverage costs priced individually versus priced by bulk. And PartyPal can prove itself to be a great asset even when hosting a party yourself. So this concludes the demonstration video of PartyPal planning software. Please visit CalculationCrunchers.com for more information and other great programs. Thank you for watching and enjoy your party.